summer is the season to travel, and so this campaign and National Travel and Tourism Week is to highlight all the things that fuel the economy here. So I think the biggest thing is like the drivability is number one, and the affordability, because we can just go to like 19 different locations all within a 24-hour period. And there's so much to see.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Beaumont Beat video podcast, where we move with the heartbeat of the city. I'm your host, Tracy Kennick. National Travel and Tourism Week is an annual celebration that underscores travel's essential role in driving our nation's economy, cultivating vibrant communities, and forging connections. This fun-filled week starts in just a few days and runs through May 10th. It's all put on by the hardworking staff with the Convention and Visitors Bureau, also known as Visit Beaumont or the CVB. Now, the CVB is the ultimate visitors resource, from meetings to day trippers to media and PR for the stories of our community. They offer itineraries for travelers while also providing services for meetings and conventions. And today we're going to be talking with the CVB's Director of Marketing, Sadie Atha. She's going to fill us in on everything they have planned for this upcoming week, including how you can participate in the launch of the Beaumont Bucket List Challenge. But before we get into all that, we have a quick announcement for you. The general election is only a few days away, and you can cast your vote on Saturday. You can vote for one of the mayoral candidates, an at-large candidate, and a candidate to represent your ward. To get election information to see who's on the ballot, visit beaumonttexas.gov/election. And you can visit beaumonttexas.gov/ward map to find the ward in which you live. Now let's get to today's show. And Sadie, thanks so much for joining us.
Of course, thanks for having me.
First of all, let's talk a little bit about who you are, what you do here for the CVB.
All right, so I'm Sadie. I'm the Director of Marketing for the Convention and Visitors Bureau, like you said, as the CVB. Also Visit Beaumont, and kind of wrapping up what you said, we are an ultimate resource for visitors and meetings and conventions. We're a big economic driver to the city, and we really help support people who want to bring the business here and bring travelers here, because there's so much to do, so much to see, and we just really want to keep that conversation going.
You're like the cheerleaders for Beaumont.
Truly,
right?
Yeah.
All right, the National Travel and Tourism Week, that's a big deal. Is it just for Beaumont, or is it nationwide?
It's actually a nationwide campaign put on by the U.S. Travel Association that supports a $2.9 trillion industry. And so 1 in 11 jobs rely on travel, especially across the nation. And so we hop on that as to support our own local economy.
And this kind of just is like a Kickstarter to get more people to come?
Yes, and summer is, the season to travel, and so this campaign and National Travel and Tourism Week is to highlight all the things that fuel the economy here.
Okay, talk a little bit about the attractions here. What makes our attractions unique to others across the nation?
So I think the biggest thing is like the drivability is number one, and the affordability, because we can just go to like 19 different locations all within a 24-hour period, really. There's so much to see, like in a short driving distance. There's the fire hydrant, which was donated by Walt Disney, and it's the world's largest working fire hydrant, so it's a great photo op. And
it's up for another award from the USA Today. I saw.
I think the top Reader's Choice last year they placed,
right.
And now we're hoping again for this year. And those results should be out soon as well.
People are always saying, I don't know what there is to do, or are there things to do here in Beaumont? But there's a way that you can keep up with a lot of the things. How do we do that?
Yes, so follow Visit Beaumont TX on Facebook and Instagram, or go to our website, beaumontcvb.com. And we have a full calendar of events, and every month, on the first of the month, we post roundups. And so we go through and we take all the events that are happening in the city, from local businesses to city-sponsored events, and we share that for the public, so no one can ever say there's nothing to do. There's something almost every weekend, especially in October. It's, I think, the busiest month at Beaumont, with something going on every single weekend, if not every day. And but keeping up with us on Instagram and Facebook is the best way to follow and keep up with that information.
Yeah, because there is a lot to do. It's just where to find those events.
Right.
And you make it a one-stop shop. So if you haven't liked your page yet and followed you need to do that right now.
Right, exactly.
Okay. All right, Sadie, you talked a little bit about how travel and tourism is important to our area, but really, let's talk numbers now. What does that mean financially for our economy?
So last year in 2024, visitors spent $391.9 million in the Beaumont area. So that's people coming and going to our local businesses, staying at our hotels, and fueling our economy. And it also supports almost 3,000 jobs, and it's 30.1 million in tax returns and receipts that come back to our city. So really, we help fuel that economy here.
Is there one particular event or something that draws people more than others in our community?
I think our biggest annual events, the overnight events, will definitely help fuel that economy, especially because they're staying at the hotel rooms and people are driving from out of town to stay and to visit, like Mardi Gras, Mural Festival, and then Oktoberfest, and all the city-sponsored events, too. A lot of people will drive for those.
What about tournaments? Are those a big draw for our city?
Yes, those are huge economic drivers as well, because people will bring their families for that. So there's more rooms that come from those, and then they come and they play at the municipal courts and Dog at Ford Park, and they're booked almost every weekend, and those people stay almost all summer long, really, and so it's a huge economic force.
It's a big job for you to try to draw these travelers. What's the best way to get the word out, have you found?
I think word of mouth. I think that's I know people are in such a digital age. People want to look at social media, but for the most part, I think hearing what others people experience and seeing what other people are experiencing are two different things. So I think grabbing your friends and family and saying, hey, come to Beaumont, bring it to the bayou, bring it to this area, and let's truly have a unique experience that you can't have anywhere else.
So if we want to grow Beaumont and grow our tourism industry and grow those financial numbers, then we really have to be better at just sharing the good news of Beaumont, right?
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, coming up in just a minute, we're going to be talking a little bit more in detail, as we mentioned, about the bucket list challenge that's new this year. You want to find out about that. But first, take a look at this commercial from the CVB.
Out of the ordinary, off the beaten path, the road less traveled. All phrases that remind us the best parts of a journey have always been the surprises along the way. And hidden between Texas's towering pines and the Gulf's sandy shores lies an often overlooked city with a blend that's all its own. A town whose beguilements don't reflect in the glass of shining cityscapes or in the seductive glow of destination lights, but whose true wealth lies in the diversity and culture of its people, and a community that embraces the medley of influences that spring from this historic crossroads of the South. A place where Angus and alligators often walk the same pastures, and where crawfish and queso often share the same plate. A place where visitors will not only discover history, nature, and culture, but the rich fusion of traditions, music, food, and fun that make Beaumont so unique. So the next time you're passing through the Lone Star State, stop and visit Beaumont. You can find us due south and just east of expected.
That was a great commercial. That was a lot of fun. There's a lot to do in Beaumont.
Absolutely.
And I think we need to drive that point home more often than we do, right?
Right.
All right, now we got to get to this important thing, the Beaumont Bucket List Challenge. New this year. Tell us about it.
Yes, so it's a challenge that's going to be taking place all summer long, and anybody can participate. Go to visitbeaumonttx.com, and we'll have it on our landing page there, and you can download the app. It's completely free to participate, free to use. And as you go through the town and do all of the different things there are to do in Beaumont, you rack up points, and you can rack up points to earn prizes.
Really? So what's on the list? Is it like just attractions, or are there places?
It's everything. So there's shopping, because we want to really support our local businesses, because they are what makes our stories so special. Our communities and our businesses. So there's kind of 7 different categories. There is shopping and antiques. There's the Best Bites with all of our food attractions. History, our museums, and then events, and then outdoors. So there's 7 different categories that are a little bit more detailed on the website. And so for each category, there are different things to do that highlight that category.
And how do you prove that you did it?
Well, it's all geolocation. So you check in through the app, and then so the app will tell you where you're at, and be able to see if you did it or not.
All right, let's talk then. So the app, you go on, it tells you where you've been, and then how do you redeem those prizes?
So you redeem them by the points that you check in. So anytime you go to a place, you earn points, and as you earn points, you get to go through the prize system on the app and redeem prizes. So once you complete everything, you get a really cool Beaumont bucket list t-shirt that says I completed the bucket list challenge. And we definitely do want to see your posts. So as you go to these places, post your pictures on social media and use the hashtag Visit Beaumont TX or hashtag Beaumont bucket list.
Now, I know in years past that some of these businesses, because it's National Tourism Week, they do special incentives, right? They give you some discounts. Is that happening this year?
There will be numerous attractions and businesses that offer incentives for National Travel and Tourism Week. So just be sure to follow our Facebook page and our Instagram and go to visitbeaumonttx.com/NTTW for National Travel and Tourism Week. And it'll list everything that's happening there.
Okay, talk about your social media pages. People really can get involved in a lot of things there.
Yes. So, throughout the week, we're going to be having different prizes. So to kind of keep going on the whole bucket list theme, we're going to have a little bucket that's going to be filled with different things throughout the week. Like for our best bites, we're going to have crawfish, how many crawfish will fit in the bucket.
Oh, fun.
And we're going to have a little guessing game. So each day there's going to be a different prize for whoever gets it correct, kind of going into those little categories that are aligned with the app.
Okay. Were you born and raised here in Beaumont?
Close by. Southeast Texas is my home. I was born and raised in Winnie, which is Beaumont is where I did everything.
Yeah.
So, but this is where I call home now, and this is where me and my family and my husband and my daughter live, and I love being able to go out and do things with them and show everybody else what there is to do here too.
Yeah. What do you love most about this area?
Oh, that's a hard question. I think there's two things. The first is the outdoors. I just love being outside and being in nature and going out to Cattail Marsh and doing the yoga and seeing all the birds and the wildlife. But then also being able to just go down the road and experience wildlife in a different capacity. And then the food. The food here is just above and beyond.
Yep.
Like whenever we're bringing in all of our visitors, the first thing we do is show them the food, because I feel like food is our love language for real. And being able to show people that like our food is unique is just really cool.
Okay, I want you to give us a call to action because, like we said, you are the number one cheerleader for the city. But people sometimes say there's not a lot to do here. Why come to Beaumont? What's something that we can use? What do you tell people? What do you tell your friends, your family, visitors coming in to get them excited about all the great things that there really is to do here?
Beaumont is not boring. I think that's the thing I am constantly telling people, because somebody's always like, oh, there's nothing to do. There's nothing to see. And I just show them our Instagram.
Let me get my list out for you.
I have a little list, or even like the bucket list. We'll have like little passports that you can come and like kind of do like your own like little physical bucket list. If you don't want to download the app, you can come and kind of see what all there is to do. But truly, Beaumont is not boring. I think that's the narrative that I try to translate to a lot of people, because there's so much to do. Like I think I've done something new every weekend, and I always like to do something new that whether it's something I haven't done before or something I can kind of do differently. And I think that's what I try and tell people.
And there really is a lot of things. And sometimes since it's in our own backyard, we don't, like we hear, oh, this museum or that museum. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we know they're there. But how often have you been? And maybe there's some hidden gems that you don't even know exist there. So it really is important. And that's why I love the bucket list challenge. It lays it all out for you. Mm-hmm. And you can just check it off and say, okay, now I've done that. And you might find something that you really love that you didn't realize that was there. So
right, exactly.
Important to do. All right. Thank you, Sadie. It's so nice to visit with you today. And thanks for all you're doing for the city of Beaumont and getting those attractions ready for people to come and visit. And before we go, we still want your opinion. Don't forget to vote for Beaumont's new tagline. The tagline is meant to set the tone for how others view our city, and it's a way to highlight what makes our city so unique. It will represent our city for years to come, so let us know what you want people to say about Beaumont. Go to beaumonttexas.gov/tagline to vote for your favorite. And as always, you can stream this episode and past episodes of the Beaumont Beat on multiple platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, and anywhere you listen to podcasts. Subscribe to our channel, like this episode, and share it with others so they too can enjoy it. For now, I'm Tracy Koenig. Thanks so much for tuning in to the Beaumont Beat, where we move with the heartbeat of the city. We'll see you next time.